In the back corridors of the Penn Museum in Philadelphia, past the Egyptian statues that have kept silent for millennia, and the Greek vases that once held wine and oil for the dead, there's a smaller room that most visitors never find. It's unassuming. No monumental architecture, no dramatic lighting. Just the quiet presence of something that has been waiting for over 3,600 years to be understood. And in the center of one of the display cases, protected by tempered glass and resting on a transparent acrylic mount that touches it as little as possible, sits a fragment of clay, 13 centimeters long, 10 centimeters wide, less than 2 centimeters thick. It would fit in the palm of your hand. It's about the size of a thick postcard, the color of faded ochre, irregular at the edges where it broke at some point over the last 36 centuries. If you saw it on a dirt path, you wouldn't pick it up. But if you knew what's engraved on it, if you could read the wedge-shaped marks covering its surface in dense columns, the marks the Sumerians made by pressing a diagonally cut reed stylus into still moist clay, creating impressions that together form words. No living human, read, continuously. For more than 2 millennia, you probably couldn't hold it without feeling the weight of something that goes far beyond the clay itself. The weight of a question someone asked before writing existed to record it, and that writing finally captured, and that reached you through dozens of successive copies, each made by hands that didn't know how many other hands would come after them. The catalog number is CBS 10673. The institutional classification calls it the Flood Tablet. It was excavated at Nippur, in present-day Iraq, during the University of Pennsylvania expedition of 1896, one of the first major American archaeological excavations on Mesopotamian soil. The surface is covered by 6 columns of cuneiform text, 3 on each side. Each column contains between 10 and 15 visible lines. Because the top portion of the tablet was lost, it disintegrated. At some point during the 3.5 millennia it spent buried under meters of earth, or was crushed by the weight of time that accumulated on top of it, or simply returned to the dust from which all clay eventually returns. What survived is enough to change how you understand the world. The tablet has been dated to the 17th century BCE through the specific style of cuneiform writing. Philologists can date Sumerian and Akkadian texts with surprising precision based on the shape of the signs, just as a paleographer would date a medieval manuscript by its handwriting. But experts are unanimous on a point that makes this dating almost irrelevant. The text it carries is much older than the clay it's inscribed on. It's a copy of something that already existed before this clay, before the scribe who shaped it, before the city where that scribe lived. A copy transmitted from scribe to scribe, from city to city, from era to era, over a period of time so long that the modern mind has genuine difficulty conceiving it, as if generations of copyists knew, each in their turn, that this text could not be lost, and continued to reproduce it with the kind of care humans reserve only for what they consider sacred. The text describes the state of the earth before the first cities, before human organization as the Sumerians understood it, before the arrival of the Anunnaki among men, and what it describes, with a precision that doesn't match how we usually think about mythical narrative, is a world that already had structure, already had order, already had cities designated for specific gods, with specific names, specific functions, specific purposes, all before any mortal king was recorded in history. A world already organized before humans inhabited it in the way the texts describe as civilized. And the text raises a question the Sumerians didn't explicitly answer, or perhaps answered in texts that didn't survive, or in oral traditions that writing didn't capture but placed at the center of their cosmology with a persistence that can't be accidental. If there was a world before ours, if there was an order before the order we know, if there was a code before the civilization that used it, who wrote it? That's the question this fragment of clay has been carrying for over 3.5 millennia. And tonight, we're going to carry it together.